Hey, my name is Anand, and this is my submission for the capstone project for Google and Kaggle's GenAI course in 2025. This was a lot of fun, and my project is called dedBOT, and it's just a medium that facilitates communication with history is dead. Anyone in history that you'd like to talk about, or talk to, that's dead, you'll be able to go ahead and chat with them. And it's just a fun way to interact with history. So this features structured outputs, document understanding, long context window, function calling, embeddings, and I wanted to put this on the same line: retrieval augmented generation and vector search, vector store database. Um, uh, at its core, this is just a chatbot. It allows a user to interact with two different agents. The first agent the user will interact with is called the medium. The medium will essentially summon a spirit, which is a instantiation of the other agent class, which is the spirit class. And the user can go ahead and talk to the spirit, and then just chat with them, and they all have their different functionality. So to avoid getting too into it, I'm just going to go ahead and just show you at a high level how it should work. So the first thing that happens is the medium is instantiated. Then what happens is that the you will go ahead and say something to it. So in this case, we've said, hey, we'd like to we'd like to talk to Marcus Aurelius. And so what they'll do is they will then essentially they will return a structured output. Based on the values of the structured output, it will either find a spirit that's already been summoned, or it will summon a new one. And in this case, it has to summon a new one. And so it will get the history from Wikipedia. These are done through tool calls. And it will, parse the history, and then it will output a structured output for that, and then pass that into format that into essentially the spirit profile, which is the system settings for the spirit agent. And then finally, there's a database that's vectorized. Then that database is instantiated on the spirit object, and it is just essential. We create a spirit. We create a spirit of a certain person, and then we put that in the spirit jar. So crazy when I'm saying it, but that's how it works. Okay, so you can see over here that it says the spirit of Marcus Aurelius is summoned, and then we have one ghost in the jar, one spirit in the jar, and Marcus Aurelius is available at index 0. So the user will talk to the active spirit, and it's just a way of kind of keeping one spirit in active at all times. And I just also want to point this out over here. This is some of the data that's produced, and I even gave them D&D alignments. So it says Marcus Aurelius is lawful good. I've done people like Steve Jobs, they're chaotic good. I've done some other people who are a little bit questionable, and it's been like they're true neutral, very interesting things. So that's just something that does. But you can see over here, I've asked a question. I said, please tell me about overcoming major betrayal. And it says, it gives me this really, really good response. Then I say, thank you. May I share the details? Let's just see what happens there. So it says, of course, friends, sharing burdens can lighten them, and perhaps experience or perspective may offer some solace or guidance. So it's really an interesting way of kind of like interacting with history. You can tell them about something, or you can, take them on a wild goose chase. It's pretty interesting. I have it set up so that they have to remain in character all the time. And it's worked. If you guys break it, that'd be cool, but it's worked. Now what I can do here is I can go ahead and say, I'd like to speak to somebody else. I'm going to say, I'd like to speak with Benjamin Franklin. So what's it going to do is going to say, it'll output something and say, hey, oh, you want to talk to Benjamin Franklin? And I don't know what that error was, but I'm just going to forget that I saw it. But essentially, it says the spirit of Ben Franklin has been summoned here. So I'm going to go ahead and just refresh this, and you can see over here that there's two ghosts now in the jar, and Benjamin Franklin is available at index 1. It should actually have switched the active spirit to Benjamin Franklin. So I'm going to say, Ben, is that you? And it is Ben. Which is cool. So it's just a little thing that, you can just do, and then you can just talk to them, And you can see over here the data is pulled up for Ben. So Ben is also lawful good, his traits. Just a fun little project. Thank you guys for letting this happen.